Hello everyone, my name is Nathan Larson. I'm the Phantom Manager for Northern California and Northern Nevada. I'd like to talk to you today about 4 topics: store layout, categories and displays, top-down showing, and inventory level and merchandising. Store layout. Your store needs to have a strategy on where you want your customers to kind of have a path to go to something that you would want them to go to. And usually that should be the best product that's in your store. So even if that customer's coming in your store and he just wants to replace a blown set of speakers, he should be brought over to the display. He should or go on his own, and you should play those speakers and blow the guy away. Show him what a great $1,200 set of speakers sounds like. He may listen to it and go, man, those are worth it. I still only got $100. I'm gonna go buy these speakers. And that's fine. But the customer needs to at least have that experience. So my wife, when I met her, she bought a 2014 Corolla. She thought that car had the baddest stereo system you could ever get into a car. She thought that was it. She sat in mine and she didn't know that there was anything different. She thought whatever came in it, that was the best thing you could possibly have. And that is truly, a lot of our customers have that experience. So we really need to show them what the best stuff is and get that experience, even if they're not going to buy that. You also got to make sure that your store, through that layout, doesn't have any black holes. And I know you've got these inside your store where people never go to this area for whatever reason. And so those are places that you want to try to move products around. Maybe put a higher product that you know they're going to want into that area, and then in the higher profile area is where you move a product that you want to kind of guide them towards. So I managed a store years and years ago, and I could watch the customers walk in the front door, and they would always go to the right. They would walk in the door, and they would always go to the right. And the reason why they do that has to do with like, science, like the rotation of the earth and all that kind of stuff. No, I have no idea why they actually do that, but they would always go in that direction. And so I would I would not really mess with them, but I would put different kiosks of product kind of right in that path that I wanted them to see. And sure enough, they would always kind of go in, they would always see whatever that was. And it would always work, or I'd move things around the store all the time. And people that came in there all the time be like, oh man, when'd you get these in? I'm like, oh, I've had them here for like 3 years. We've always done this, but they'll always see it. But the strategy and the layout of your store, and I'm sure you see how people walk in and move around, but that's very important on being able to help guide people through their sale experience inside your store. Categories and displays. So most car audio shops are pretty heavily displaying only one thing, and that's audio. And your customer already knows you do that. It's on your building. It's huge. It's there with an audio shop, blah, 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 audio. So they know all that. But they don't know everything else that you do. And generally that's because your showroom is usually 90% all audio inside of it. So a really good friend of mine owns a 4-wheel drive shop. And years ago, I sat down with him and I said, hey, let's talk about your store. So you do 4-wheel drive accessories, steps, lifts, tires, all that kind of stuff. You also do car audio, and you also do window tint. But when I look inside your store, I almost only know that you do 4-wheel drive accessories and that kind of stuff. I don't know about the other thirds of your business. So we sat down, we looked at that, and we decided to say, what do you sell? What can you sell? What can you install? What do you want to do? And those were all things we looked at. And then we changed his showroom around to where he had a third of car audio represented, a third of the truck accessories represented, and a third of tint represented. Now that, after a year's time, that number in business that he had was measurable. And sometimes one's super busy and sometimes the other's super busy, but it really spreads him out and the customer walks in and they get the full experience of everything else that he does. Another important thing about your store is going to be displays. Like, your customer wants to engage with stuff. They don't want to just see things sitting there. They want to be able to go and tell the difference in things. They want to push buttons. They want to know what looks better than other things. They want to know what speaker sounds better than other ones. So that needs to be done. They really, when it comes to audio, I don't know that customers care specifically about what this one thing is, or what this other thing is, or what this other thing is. We sell emotion. That's it. Every single one of us, I don't know if a day ever goes by where music isn't a part of our lives. What they care about is, like I said, not all those little things. It's the music that they get at the end of the day. That's what they care about. Or it's the being able to see what's behind them, having the safety and convenience of that. That's what a customer really wants and really needs, and that's why having displays is very important. Top-down showing. Not top-down selling, that's a little different, but top-down showing. Every square foot of your store costs you money. Every square foot of your store needs to be making you money. That's very, very important. And you need to be showing different levels of products to customers. They need to know there's a good, a better, and a best to everything that's inside your store. If a customer comes in and he goes and buys a big system, he goes and buys processor, several amplifiers, head unit, great speakers, all this other stuff, is it appropriate that customer's coming in and getting just a set of inexpensive cables, maybe a $40 set of RCA cables for that system? No, that customer should be buying the much better cables that have tons more features all inside that cable. You don't want to say no for your customer. For instance, computers. I know nothing about computers. No, I could barely work my computer. But if I go into a computer store and I've seen all the boxes of all the things that they do, and I don't know what those things are really, but I go in there and I know that if I needed to buy a computer, I don't want the cheapest computer. I don't want that person over the counter telling me this is the cheapest, easiest one just so we can get the sale done and get going. But I also know that I don't want that most expensive computer. I just want the best bang for my buck. And that's exactly the same as all of our customers. So don't say no to your customers. We really need to be showing them and let them experience some great, great, great stuff. So make sure you're showing, top-down showing. Inventory level merchandising. You need to make sure you pretty much stock everything. Everything from the USB retention cables, the nav retention cables, backup camera retention cables, all the modules, all the kits, all the harnesses. And you really don't need to stock like a lot of all of them, but you really need to cover all of the bases. At least just have one of each. Most of our warehouses are 1 to 2 days shipping to each one of your stores, which means let us be your stock room. Let us have all those things. You guys are ordering from us once a week. So get everything in the store and then decide how your inventory levels need to be. After that, maybe you only need to stock 1, maybe you need to stock 2 because the cars keep coming in. You get a lot of whatever that Chevys, whatever comes in. So another really important thing that we have and that us Phantoms can do for you out there and help you with is going to be the Stinger reorder tags. So on these tags, you're going to need to put the part number of what was on that hook. That way you know when it's gone, what exactly went in that spot. You can also put the retail price in there if that would help you out, unless you're tagging or however you want to do the pricing inside of your store. But also, what I think is important on here is an inventory level. Now that hook may hold 6, but you may not need 6. You may only need 2. And you want to make it super easy for you to do your reordering and to make sure your inventory levels are correct. And if somebody else is doing the ordering or whatever, and they're not filling up these hooks. So all you got to do is look at that tag. I got 1. I need 1 more. It says I need 2. Boom. I'm going to go order those up. That is really makes things way faster on orders and way easier to order. So I had a dealer that I'd get orders from them like, hey, I needed this for shop install parts. And it was kind of like, it was really hard to understand what the installer was ordering. Well, that installer's job is not to remember these part numbers. His job is to do an excellent job in that car and get that car out of there, but make sure that you, the manager or the store owner, get that list of whatever the parts that he needs in the back. So label everything. Put our part numbers on everything. We can help you do that if you want to have us come out to your stores and help you do that. But once I did that in a dealer store, those orders went from trying to figure out what it was he was ordering or just sending the wrong stuff, all that, to making very clear, very precise orders. And he was getting exactly what he wanted very quickly, making those orders. And it was very, very helpful after we got that all done. So it makes a manageable inventory and everything. So that's what us Phantoms can really help you do. If you have a blank wall, if you have a dead wall, a wall of stuff that you're like Like, look at it. Like, how long have you sold the things that are on the wall? If it's sitting there and it's not doing anything for you, that wall needs to be reloaded, needs to be making money, needs to make some sense. Give us a call. Let us know. We're here for you. Thank you.